Alright. Oh, what are we on? Episode 7 of your girlfriend's favorite podcast, formerly known as the Untitled Podcast.
We are back.
We're back for another
week,
one.
Another day. I don't know.
Oh, man.
How are you doing, bro?
Dude, it's just... I'm great, man. I just had a lot on my mind for the past couple of days. How you been, bro?
Yeah, I've been good.
I'm good, man. I've been a bit sleepless. You know, we were at Kamu's house just for the listeners, we were at Kamu's house this past Sunday. She had like a little get-together.
Yeah.
A few friends. I was with Vusi and Jordan, two of my oldest friends, and my girlfriend, of course. We got to talking about a whole bunch of things. Firstly, I want to say congratulations to Liverpool.
Yes.
I humbly accept this defeat.
Yes.
I don't think Man United stood a chance to begin with. I was really just aiming for a draw in that game. But you guys played really well, like you've been playing the whole season, so well done to you guys.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that.
However,
What is this?
we got into a huge debate about hip-hop music, right? Accusations were flying around, false narratives were flying around, and I think we just need to get to the bottom of this today.
There's a lot of hot takes.
There were a lot of hot takes, most of them unfactual. That's the biggest problem. So at least I had time to go home, do a bit of research, and come at you with super hot fire with the facts that I already knew to be true, but now I've got it in front of me, so you can't dispute me. It's here today. I've got the evidence all laid out.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, I just want Vusi to please give me what his opinion was about our debate on Sunday.
All right. So basically, on Sunday, right, we had a pool party type of thing. And we get into a debate, like Caesar says, about hip-hop. And it basically boiled down to Eminem, right? Eminem standing in the game right now, his legendary status. Like, basically just Eminem was the topic of conversation.
No, it was Eminem and Travis Scott. Okay, but we'll get into the Travis Scott part later. But it was about Eminem.
It was about Eminem, right? And basically, Caesar was Team Eminem.
Of course.
Like, Caesar was repping for M, repping for Detroit and everything. And the rest of us were repping for the new school guys and everyone else in the game. Not just new school guys, but basically, we were anti-Eminem.
You're anti-Eminem and pro-Travis Scott, which I don't understand because you came on this podcast and said that you did not feel Astroworld, but you were there singing the songs like a real fanboy, like a real stan, actually. Excuse the irony.
Alright, okay. The Travis Scott part, I don't know where that got in, right?
Mm-hmm. But we were listening to the album, yeah.
But I do remember we just started comparing Travis and M.
Which is the weirdest comparison known to man,
But
to be honest.
My stance, right?
Yeah.
On the whole overall M thing, we're still going to get into Travis Scott stuff.
Yeah.
My overall stance, though, was that I don't feel Eminem the way that people say we should. Like, is he legend? Yes, he is. Right? Yeah. But is he like GOAT to me? No. I will never say that. I will never say Eminem is a GOAT.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, like, okay, this is what I want to say about music. Music, there are no musical authorities. It's either your opinion is your opinion and that's it. There are no facts, right?
Yeah,
there are no facts when it comes to one's opinion because that is how you feel. It's about how the music makes you feel. That's period. That's what music is all about. It's about what resonates with the listener.
That's true.
So, me saying Eminem is the GOAT and trying to convince you about it is not going to work, right? But then we got to talking about numbers and how he compares to the other greats. More specifically, people from his generation.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be unfair to compare Eminem's numbers at this stage of his career to Travis Scott's numbers at his stage of the career because Eminem has sold over 100 million albums. Travis Scott is this is his prime right now, right?
Yeah, that's
if you want to compare Eminem's prime with Travis Scott's prime, then it still wouldn't be a competition, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I give you that. On the
Thank
numbers.
you. Okay, we were talking about numbers with Cubs. This is exactly what I want to get into. He kept telling me that compared to the other OGs, the Lil Waynes, the Jay-Z's, who else we're talking about? You mentioned Nas, the guys like that, guys that are undisputedly some of the greatest artists to ever live, right? You cannot compare their numbers still. So if we want to use the numbers argument as the only proof that Eminem is the greatest hip-hop artist, then Eminem has won in that way, just on that criteria, numbers. Yeah. But how his skill and his how good his music is, that's all subjective to the listener.
That's true.
That's all subjective. That's all I wanted you guys to understand really on the day.
But something that came up, right?
Yeah.
During the numbers conversation was white privilege.
Right, which we've spoken about before.
And what I found interesting, right?
Right.
Was I was thinking about it a lot. Like, who listens to Eminem? Like, when Eminem drops an album, right? And it's like 500,000 copies sold first week. I asked myself the question that, of that 500,000 copies that were sold, a lot of those people are probably white, from a white demographic, right?
But how do we know that? Is there
this
proof?
is an assume.
You cannot assume. I came with stats today, my guy.
Let's just be. This is like those educated assumptions.
Okay. Because he's white, we will assume that more than half of his listenership is white.
That's true. I mean, he even said it in his freestyle. Remember, he's like, fuck Donald Trump freestyle.
What exactly did you say?
Where he said, I know all Trump fans are also Eminem fans. What are Trump fans, the majority? They're all like white.
A lot of them are white, but
and he
a great deal of black people and brown people voted
That's
for
true.
Donald Trump as well.
I'm saying, so for him to also say that he knows that a lot of those type of people are also his fans, that's also like another thing that adds to this assumption that I believe a lot of his fans are white. Now, when I think about these white fans, another thing that comes to mind is there's also assumptions. I don't know if many of them are actually hip-hop fans. Because in my personal experience, right, with some people I know, they don't listen to hip-hop or rap artists, but they'll listen to Eminem when he drops something. That's the one time when they'll be like, let me go listen to rap music.
Okay.
And those are white people.
No, I feel you.
And they'll be like, okay, Eminem dropped now, let's listen to rap now. But I'm like, okay, but what about every other rap artist in the world? Like, I don't listen to hip-hop, really. But for Eminem, they'll do it.
Okay, I hear you. Can I counteract that by saying hip-hop is a predominantly black black culture, right?
Yeah.
We know that more than half of the listenership is of African people or African American people. America has, I think, 500 million people. 300 million of those are whites, right?
Yeah.
When Jay-Z drops an album and does 200 million US sales, 200,000 US sales, right, in the first week, for instance, that's mainly black people. Is that safe to assume?
Yeah.
But when Eminem does 200,000, the same number, it's all of a sudden white privilege. I'm struggling to understand that. I'm struggling to understand where you guys are coming from with this white privilege thing. Okay, let's put it this way. Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, before they even saw Eminem, they both thought he was black when he was rapping.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
when they saw him, they were like, oh shit, this guy is that good and he's white. It was like a shock that he was that good and white, that he could compete with the Jay-Z's of the world and be white. That just shows you that skill trumped his nationality for them to even consider signing him.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair to say.
Okay, so the white privilege conversation does apply, dude. I do believe that he does very well on account of the fact that he's white. I think it still astounds a lot of people that a white guy can rap that well, because we've seen a slew of white rappers come out that cannot do what Eminem does on the mic.
That's true, but
so
at the same token,
right,
all those white rappers, right?
Right.
How many of them go commercial, even global, with not very high level skills, simply because they are white and rapping? Like, I'll put it
Yes,
out there,
they
like,
are. They are in the high levels of fame and wealth, but they're not on Eminem's level. Like there are tiers to this shit. Eminem is on 100 million, and we know he's not a really big business person. That's music money. 100 million worth of music money.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
These guys are like 10, 20.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Eminem gets to that. He gets that boost of being white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets the extra boost of actually being great at rapping.
Yeah.
Those other guys, they're not so great rapping, but they get that boost of being white that puts them in a category of other rappers who are more skilled, black rappers, etc.
Okay,
And
so
that's what I'm saying. That white privilege in terms of sales. Do you think? Let's make G-Eazy black. Do you think G-Eazy is known around the world as much as he is now if he's black? Probably not.
Probably not.
We probably write him off like Sky's kind of trash.
Probably not. But G-Eazy, contrary to what his album music is, his freestyles and his mixtapes are fire. Like rap-wise, lyrical music. That's how I discovered G-Eazy. I discovered on Tim Westwood or some shit, I think.
Yeah.
I discovered him on the internet doing a freestyle, not through his music. His music to me is pretty trash, but that's my opinion. But that's how you do it. You do it by putting yourself out there. The internet is probably the best tool for that. Eminem came up during a time where the internet wasn't popular. That's another thing that cannot be disputed. He came up in a time where streaming wasn't the craze. YouTube wasn't the craze. It was traditional album sales, like albums. Do you remember an album, a CD?
Yeah.
Do you remember? That's what he was selling, dude. Now, these other guys are getting boosts because creating awareness for them is so much easier now. It's so much easier. You don't need to drop off a demo at a label exec's office or anything. You just put it on SoundCloud and somebody's going to hear it eventually. If it's a banger, then it's going to fly. Same way Designer did. He became an overnight millionaire. So Designer, on the other hand, like, he's black. But if he had consistently put out music, he would have been a megastar by now.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think people can name five Designer songs.
I can't.
Most people cannot do that because he's got more than 5 songs, believe it or not. But his visibility since dropping Panda has decreased so much because he didn't follow up Panda quickly enough.
I get you.
The real Slim Shady, he followed it up quickly with, like, what was it? Hi, My Name Is. It was a hit, and I think the third song was a hit too. That's what you call proper marketing of yourself. Him being white is secondary at that point, just like it was to Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Him being white was like, okay, he's white. In fact, it was harder for him to get in because it was like, how is the black culture going to accept a white guy?
That's true.
That's how it was on the Defined One. So if anything, in hip-hop, being white works to your detriment.
But Eminem's... okay, we mentioned marketing, right?
Right.
Initially, it was his detriment.
Right.
Because back then, hip-hop was not a sport for white people.
That's correct.
But then, those guys, the marketing teams, started to push that narrative on us like, wait, this is actually a white guy that can rap with the best of them. And they started to do that whole thing of the white boy. Like, there was never a thing of Eminem and not mentioning that he's white. No matter how hard the verse is, the album is, or anything, they had to just mention that a white kid is doing this. It wasn't just a guy that comes from struggle like every other rapper. It was a white guy that comes from struggle. So and he's rapping this good.
Yeah, like, okay, I see how.
Always had to kind of let us know. Like,
I see how that works.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was his marketing strategy. I think that was just people's opinions. Like, look at this white guy trying to, because the same way it was working for him, like you're saying, it worked against him. Nobody wanted him in the culture because of his skin color.
Yeah.
Like, they just didn't, but like, that's the fact of the matter. But the fact that he's been able to maintain that, like, I think people are over the fact that he's white now. I think they're over it.
I think
for the most part, like,
for the most
it's Eminem.
part.
Like, we know he can rap. Okay, good, bye. But the fact that he's topping streaming charts in 2018 is a whole other conversation. On Sunday, I heard Eminem is washed up, he can't rap, and he's irrelevant. Okay. Yes. I don't know which one to dissect first. Let's say he's washed up. Okay, have you listened to his recent freestyles? The ones that have come out 2017 and 2018.
There was the one freestyle, obviously the Trump freestyle I listened to.
Right, that was trash to me.
Another freestyle now, which I didn't actually know about until I saw memes about it. It was like some long, I think it was like 10 minutes long.
It was like 10 minutes, yeah.
and people were dissecting parts, like making memes out of the bars. Some of those bars were real corny. Like
fair.
Right,
but some of them were hard, and people will always ignore that because it's cool to say fuck Eminem. It's just cool. It is cool, dude. No matter how good he is, it's just cool.
That's true. But that's my thing, right?
Yeah.
This is a very difficult thing because Eminem has always been known to have those silly type of bars.
That's his style.
I think it's even just a Detroit thing. Big Sean is the same.
Right.
Also has some silly type of bars.
Yeah.
But we put Eminem on this pedestal, right? He's always in greatest of all time talks and conversations.
Right.
So when he's still, in this day and age, still releasing music, right?
That performs well.
And performs well in terms of sales, no doubt.
Right.
And then we listen to it and we can pick out poor lines or even poor songs altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Then it kind of makes us go, is this guy washed up? Is he still relevant? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of like want to just get him out of here because it's like, how can we? It's like,
bro. Okay, out of the, and I understand what you're saying, but out of the OGs that we were talking about, the Lil Waynes, the Hoves, and the Nas's and whatever, out of those guys, is it really fair to say that none of them have shitty songs at this stage of their career?
It's not.
Exactly, because they do.
They do.
Why is everybody just trying to get Eminem out of here? because I just don't get it. I don't.
I think happened, right? Eminem took such a long time out of the game.
Right.
I forgot. I can't remember the exact years. Then he came out with that album, right? That one that had like the Skylar Grey songs and everything. That video, it is like...
Is it a Recovery?
Something like that.
Relapse.
Recovery.
Which one?
One of those, you know.
Yeah.
Something with an R. And I was excited, I won't lie.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Eminem hasn't been around for so long.
Yeah.
I listened to the album, I was hella disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when my opinion of Eminem started to change. Because for up until that point, if someone said to me, who's the greatest rapper of all time, I would always say Eminem. Or at least I'd put him there. I'd put him second or third. And then I listened to that album and I was so disappointed because I was like, now I'm old enough to really, really understand lyrics and stuff.
Right.
Like back then I was still a kid and I was like, wow, this guy just sounds so great.
yeah.
But now I'm like, I'm old enough, I can really understand lyrics, how songs are. And I was disappointed. I was like, damn, this is Eminem. like, you know.
You know what? That's why I didn't want to get into the music side of things because that is all subjective. The way you feel about his later work is not the same way I feel about his later work.
Say that same album is great.
Exactly.
And I can't dispute them on that. That's their opinion of it.
But the fact that he's irrelevant and all these absurd things that I was hearing on Sunday, I cannot get over it because if he's irrelevant, he wouldn't be the 4th top streaming artist on Spotify. The only rapper, in fact, in the top 5.
Yeah.
This is all time. Okay, Drake, but Drake, let me tell you something about Drake. let me tell you something about Drake. This is the all-time list, okay? It's Drake, Ed Sheeran, Eminem, The Weeknd, Rihanna, Kanye West, Coldplay, Justin Bieber, Calvin Harris, Ariana Grande. Drake, to me, is a crossover artist because he doesn't make hip-hop on its own. He makes hip-hop, he makes dance, he makes house, he makes all sorts of things. But it makes sense that he's on top of this list because his music is phenomenal. Everybody knows that. Ed Sheeran, dude, we know Ed Sheeran is just phenomenal. Eminem is number 3. This is all time. Spotify is maybe 6 years old now. This is not an age for Eminem to be number 3 on an all-time list. It's not his age. But the fact that he still is, you guys need to recognize that this nigga is not irrelevant in today's culture. The greatest artists, the greatest hip-hop artists of our time now, Eminem is not part of our time, if I'm honest. But the Kendricks, Coles, Logics, Big Sean's, Hobsons, were all inspired by Eminem. They've all said so openly in interviews. They've all said that they're the reason why they rap. For Kendrick, it's more like Eminem and other West Coast rappers. But the rest of them have openly said that Eminem is the greatest.
Yeah.
To some people, obviously, music is subjective.
That's the one.
Music is subjective. But if everybody in his like everybody that is at the top of his genre is saying that he is the reason why they're successful. You guys need to understand that this man is not irrelevant in today's culture. I don't know how many times I need to point that out to you guys.
I feel like
he's got the most followers on Spotify out of any rapper, bar Drake.
This is an easy check, right?
Right.
Okay, because like you said, Eminem he has that. He's in the GOAT conversations and everything.
Right.
So I want to know, like, in these stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously a fair count would be there aren't other GOATs on this list as well. But my point is, do you think a lot of people, right, went back? Because Eminem has classic albums, right?
Yes,
like
he does.
Albums that went diamond, singles that went diamond,
yes.
etc.
Right.
So do you think people have gone now that they can get that on Spotify? Because if it went diamond in that era where there's now streaming and everything,
right?
Do you think all those people now who have the technology to stream have just gone and streamed it because it was just their favorite music at the time? Now they've just gone back to it to stream it.
Yeah, of course.
And he's collected those numbers in the new age.
Of course, I think that's very possible. But my question is, how many artists can you name better than Eminem? I can name a few, like artists across all genres now, not just hip hop. I can name a few, right? Why isn't Bob Marley there? Why isn't Michael Jackson there? Those are people that are still selling hella records today, but they're not streaming as well.
That's true. It's true.
It's insane how many albums Bob Marley and Michael Jackson are still selling in 2018. It's crazy, right? Why isn't Prince on this list? This is all time. This is top 10 all time.
This is Spotify, right?
This is Spotify.
Because another thing we need to look into is
Spotify is the most used.
The most used, but we need to look into these like record label contractual things.
Right.
Like for example, Jay-Z with Tidal.
Right.
I don't know where that saga is at now. If he's opened up more things for his music to be on other platforms.
Right.
But so for example, that alters numbers with this specific one with Spotify.
Yeah.
So I don't know if MJ's estate is with something happening with Apple or any other streaming services and what.
Bro, you can look into it.
Because I feel like Michael Jackson would probably be number one on any list of streaming.
Yeah, I'd assume so too. But that's when I went on YouTube and I went to look at his Thriller numbers. The Thriller music video is probably the most iconic video of the past 30 years, bro. That 9-minute video. That thing's got like 200 million views. Love the Way You Lie by Eminem has 1 billion views. Jeez. Those are Justin Bieber numbers. Those are Drake numbers.
Yeah.
Those are not like I can't, dude, I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's just, that's YouTube. YouTube is used by everybody. Anybody can get their music on YouTube. So there's less of that exclusivity about it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Maybe 200 million was a bit low. 564 million. So 500 million. He's got half of what Love the Way You Lie has. But I don't blame him because he's not part of this era.
Yeah.
But Eminem's music has such a replay value such that a billion people, not a billion people, but it's been listened to a billion times. I just want somebody to come out and tell me that Eminem is not irrelevant because it's just not a fair assumption. It's not a fact, basically.
No, it's not a fact.
It's not factual.
It's not factual.
Yeah.
Good. So based on the numbers, we can say he's relevant.
Yes.
Like without a doubt.
Not just based on numbers. I've got one more thing. Why is it every time Eminem says something, it's still a big deal? That's another reason why he's still relevant. People are still listening to him. No matter how much they're saying, get out of here, Eminem, they're like, whoa, he's... You know what I mean? They're still like, yeah, dude, this guy just said something. Like, people are still on about that. Whenever he drops a fast verse, it's like, Eminem has done it again. It's still a thing, dude. Complex is still writing about him. Anthony Fantano is still reviewing his albums. He's still relevant, dude. People want to know what he's got to say, whether they like him or not. That's the fact of the matter. Okay, numbers and critical acclaim.
Okay. Numbers and critical acclaim,
yes,
no doubt.
Right.
But now, obviously, we had a small sample size at the party, right?
Right.
But there's that moment where I asked people,
yeah,
when like the argument was just going nowhere because we were getting nowhere.
Right.
And I said to people, Eminem, yes or no? And
I was the only one.
What was interesting to me was not the fact that people around said no to him. It was what they said. They said, currently, no. So people acknowledge him, right?
Right.
But they're going, currently, I don't feel Eminem. So that's why I feel like, is he relevant? Like amongst, especially like our youth, that was our age demographic.
Our age,
at the party,
true. Right?
And if all of them are saying, I'm not gonna outright, flat out say no to Eminem, they're just saying currently, no, Eminem's not for me. Currently. As you went around asking people,
I think that was a good experiment. I think that was a very good.
Then that shows me that people still hold Eminem to a high standard. They know he's legend and everything.
Right.
But they're just like currently, in the current climate, the way music is going right now, he's just not relevant to us right now. And then I think how I remember Travis came in.
Yeah.
Because then we were like, what's hot right now is trap and everything.
For sure.
And all this stuff.
But that's that's fair enough. But I mean, you said on the other podcast as well that lyrical niggas are not the ones winning at the moment.
Yeah, and that's true.
That is very true because we Googled the Billboard chart while we're at the party. The 10 of those guys are trap artists.
Like
10, the top 10 are trap artists.
Lyrical people, they're relevant, but they're not relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so I'm saying, like, in relation to Eminem, I didn't expect him to be number one because of the climate that we're in. I don't expect Jay-Z to be number one right now. Like, these guys, they debut at number one, but then after maybe 10 weeks, they're down again. You know what I mean? Travis Scott has been there for 17, 18 weeks. Like, he's doing the most. I think he just went down a spot now because Ariana Grande dropped her project. So I don't expect Eminem and Jay-Z and Lil Wayne to be number one in 2018, where lyrical people are not what people are looking for.
Yeah.
But if you want to compare the early 2000s, which is Eminem's age, and the late 2010s, which is Travis Scott, Cardi B, and Offset, the Migos era, then of course, dude. I mean, there's just no comparison. My thing was that in 10 years, we're probably not going to really listen back to their music the way people are listening back to Eminem and artists like Eminem. That's just the difference. We spoke about how long it takes artists like him to make music compared to the new age.
Yeah.
There's a reason why it takes them longer, because you can actually go back to the music. I can listen to Stan today. It's still a relevant song, you know what I mean? Like, there are still fans that are crazy about their artists. They would go to the edge of the earth to do anything for them. Like, that song applies. It will always apply in music culture.
It became a popular culture term now.
Exactly. It's like the Dirty Diana version of rap, dude. Like, that's what it is. It's about groupies, right?
Yeah.
So these niggas, I don't know when I'm going to hear Bad and Bougie again. Like, in the next 10 years, I don't think Bad and Bougie is going to be played, to be honest.
See, this is another thing I got into actually this morning. I didn't read the article, I just saw a headline about Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
Like, Wiz Khalifa was basically saying to old heads, right?
Yeah.
That the way old heads shit on these new kids, these littles, for their trap music, he was like, you guys are forgetting that when you were 19, 20, 21, breaking into the industry, that your parents and their generation and older people were like, these young kids' music is trash.
True.
Like, what is this sound?
That is true.
And its lyrical sound is amazing, right? But the old generation looked at it like, what is this? What are these kids doing? The same way they look at our generation going, what are these kids doing? This sounds terrible.
Hey man, I have to agree with you. But the thing is about our parents' generation is that I can listen to my parents' generation of music as well, dude. And it's fire. I don't know how I'm gonna listen to my kids, like, their music, like the way we're going right now in rap. It's just like a downward spiraling graph, dude. Of course, there's still guys that are doing their thing, and we love them for it. But the majority of what we're being fed at the moment is horrible, dude.
It's terrible.
I love trap, dude. I've said that many times. I love trap. But in 10 years, what am I gonna be? I'm gonna be 31. I'm gonna be like not going to clubs that often.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be a whole different person. But I'm still gonna be outside. And I can guarantee you that I'm not going to be hearing Bad and Bougie or T-Shirt or fucking anything off Invasion of Privacy in the next 10 years. I won't. You know what? I'll still be hearing though. I'll still be hearing Empire State of Mind when I go out. I'll still be hearing. I'll still be hearing Sing for the Moment. I'll still be hearing Lose Yourself. So that's that, man. I just want people to know that it doesn't matter. Like music, the way the internet culture works now. We can get off Eminem for a second. The way internet culture works and the internet age is that people say whatever they want and never back it up. That's my biggest problem. That's my biggest problem with this age, dude. I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. But when it hits, like when it was something this obvious, it was almost embarrassing to hear Cub say that Eminem is not selling well in 2018, or he's not one of the highest selling artists of 2018. It was almost embarrassing. It means either A, you're not listening, you're not paying attention to hip hop culture, or B, you're just ignorant and you don't care. Which are kind of the same thing. But it was embarrassing to hear him say that, because I told him in every year that he's dropped alongside an OG, he's outsold the OG, Eminem.
Yeah.
So we did our Googles. I was like, dude, don't Google it because you're going to embarrass yourself. I'm telling you right now, you don't have to Google it because I know this already. He Googled it, and what did it discover? I was right. I love being right so much. It's such a fulfilling feeling, dude. But this internet age, it's like, you don't have to prove yourself. You can just say what you want, and whatever sticks. You say it for clout, you say it for shits and giggles, and then that's it. It's like, just remember the things that you're saying, dude. You can say that people are trash and whatever, but when it comes to numbers, they don't lie, dude. Unfortunately.
Numbers don't lie. Although some numbers are cooked up, though.
Like
we can't forget corporate influence. I mean, what Jay-Z album was it that Samsung or someone bought? Like, they literally turned it platinum before it was released to the public.
I have no idea, bro.
Same with U2, when Apple turned their album platinum and just said everyone that gets an iPhone gets the album on it.
Damn.
So corporate companies do cook up numbers for a lot of artists sometimes, not all the time.
It
but
happens.
They definitely can turn a gold project into a platinum project.
For sure.
And so forth.
Sure.
Like.
Okay, but the point that I'm trying to make is that...
But Eminem, obviously, regardless of corporate, he'll always sell big. Yeah. Like I said to you, that time when Eminem hadn't done anything for years, a young me was still like, I'm going to check for it.
Yeah.
When he dropped Kamikaze, I still checked for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like every Eminem project drops, we check for it because of his legendary status. So we need to know, okay, what's going to happen. Even Nas, right?
Right.
For more hip-hop focused people.
Yeah.
When Nas was coming out, we checked for it. I don't expect commercial people to check for it.
Of course not.
In hip-hop, he's a legend. So it was like, oh, Nas is dropping something. We're going to check for it, even though he's quiet for years and years. It's just how it goes. When you have that like status, your numbers are already going to be there to a certain degree. Then anything after that, I guess, is just based on you, how it's pushed.
yeah, true. That's when marketing comes into play.
But just your status alone has got you some numbers down, regardless.
For sure. But we were speaking about core audiences. You said that Eminem sells a lot because he's got a big core audience.
He's definitely got one of the greatest, I think, in music history.
Yeah.
When we look at artists when they've done their careers, in terms of their core audiences, their niche markets, or whatever you want to call it, Eminem will definitely go down as someone who had a definite audience set for him that rocked with him no matter what.
No, that's for damn sure. And then another like example, MJ. You know, like remember when his skin was going through that weird phase? Remember when his like skin was changing? He released Thriller. That's when he was still black.
Yeah.
Then that was the greatest selling album of all time. It still is today, right? Then he released Bad, which he released when he was colored, like Asian looking.
Yeah. I think the cover looks weird.
Yeah, dude, like that Smooth Criminal generation, right?
Yeah.
And we saw his sales go down, but it was still the second greatest selling album of all time for a long time. For like 15 years, it was second on that list.
Yeah.
Imagine back-to-back albums that were just first and second. But then you saw his numbers going down, down, down. The more like sexual scandals that there were, the more skin issues, the more plastic surgery operations.
Baby over the balcony.
Bro, baby over the balcony. People were just like, his sales went down and down and down. But he was still outselling everybody, bro.
Yeah, like,
that's what you call just good music doing its thing, dude. Like, that's your core audience, but you keep a core audience by producing good music over and over again. Yeah. That's the whole reason why these niggas have core audiences. The first time you say, okay, white privilege. The second time, why did they go back to that album? If it wasn't good, it wasn't good. The first one. If he goes back to the second one and buy that album, that privilege goes out of the window, bruh. I think the privilege gets you in the door, but it doesn't keep you in the game. People are turning their backs on Macklemore now, dude. The nigga is not doing what he's supposed to be doing music-wise, dude. His music it's falling. It's faltering in quality, dude. Yeah, compared to when he first came out. So we can talk about this for the whole day, but all I'm saying is numbers don't lie, and your opinions need to be backed up by some sort of fact.
I want to ask you something,
right?
Actually, about like audiences and being relevant, selling fans. Damn. What time are we on?
We're on 35.
All right, I'll make this a quick question, right?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on separating the artist, like their music, from the person? So if you got this guy, he's abusive to his wife, he's the worst human. But when he gets behind the mic, it's the most soulful, creative, beautiful music ever. Do you separate those two? Like, you know what, I'll still listen to his music, buy his albums, or do you be like, I have to cancel him altogether?
I'll never do that. Kanye is probably the best modern example of having to separate music from the person, because I love what Kanye does. Like, we both agree he's one of the greatest to ever produce and to make music. Now, in saying that, I don't have to agree with his political views just because I don't like what he... I don't have to stop listening to his music just because I don't agree with his political views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But... yeah, dude, I mean, geez, I'm not going to stop listening to Michael Jackson because he was black and now he's white. Is he making fire? Yes or no? Like, that's what it comes to.
It's a tricky thing that I've noticed in this age. Like, Chris Brown is the most... Every week...
he killed his career, I won't lie.
Like, but people still love his music. Like, we all know...
we all love Chris Brown.
It's like an elephant in the room. It's like... you'll be like, this Chris Brown song is so amazing. At the same time, like, this guy really beat up Rihanna, though. like, you'll be like, damn, he really beat down on her. But his music is so fire. Like, what do we do in this situation?
Dude, fire is fire, bruh. I told you, like, last time, I don't care how many bitches he slaps, dude. Chris Brown is one of the greatest entertainers of our time, dude. Definitely. I have to separate, dude, because now I'm depriving myself. I'm starving myself of good music because this guy decided to hold a baby over a balcony. No, it's not how it works, dude.
I get it.
That's how it works, bruh. Music is music, dude. Like, how music makes you feel versus how the person makes you feel are very different things. The dude could be an asshole. I don't care.
Yeah.
His music needs to be fire.
That's true.
Lil Wayne was a drug addict, dude. A functioning drug addict for a really long time, and I do not like that about him. But does he make fire? Yes or no?
He makes fire.
His music speaks for itself, dude. Eminem was gone for 4 years. He came back. He released an album. Am I gonna stop listening to him because he was a drug addict? No.
That's true.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, bro. Do I stop listening to Jay-Z? No ways, dude. Oh man, do you have a pick for this week?
Let me see. You're gonna go first.
I don't know what I'm choosing, bro.
I think I've got a pick. Let me. Where is it, man?
Oh no, I do have one.
You got a pick?
I do.
Alright, give it to us. What's your song for the week, bro?
This song is called Another You by the world famous Tony Williams. I'm not calling him world famous, that's part of his name.
That's his name.
That's his name, dude. The
Gave
world
himself free clout, bro.
And he's not world famous, that's the worst part. This is off an EP called Seventh Day. It's Another You featuring Kanye West.
matter, baby. Hey, yeah.
Thanks for having me, Tony, you know. She got money from her last 2 exes. No kids, new Jag, new Lexus. And cook a badass breakfast, just incredible how the sex is. So I leave her, then I come right back. She be catching attitude, and I don't like that. When to talk that shit, I'ma strike back. Only for the makeup, sex, and the nightcap. They got a bed on the PJ. My thing got beef with your coochie. Got money still sneaking the movie. Love the adventure and when you do me. I heard last man, soft ass friend like Macho Man. Little tight ass shirt on, let's just call him Nacho Man. I'm just saying.
All these freak bitches won't sex me, but due to the fact I'm a Mac with a motherfucking sack, man, a bitch can't stress me. I'm with Alicia, Lauren, and Leslie, Miami, rooftop cabana. Heard they fuck my crew from Atlanta. Now I'm trying to hit it so part of my manners. I was born with it so part in this pimpin'. Can't learn nothing, talking bitch, listen. This big red thing up in my bed frame, you look like you fit that description. Get up in the GT and get missing. Push button, start the key, this ignition. Whole damn thing, it cost me $240. Before I left the lot, I slapped it on 40s. And it don't really matter what you do, cause I don't know another chick like you. From the front to the back to the side, ain't another nigga doing it like I do. Smoked out, I'm toasted. Fuck your bitch, I made her lose focus. Off another dose of this dope dick. Tell all your friends, go promote this. It's games, for sure. Yeah.
Nigga need that one thing. She want a nigga who's stunting. Every time she pitch, I grand slam. Say her man be bunting. Well, tonight we going hunting. She like women like I do. Damn, when tonight we can try too. Damn, when the fuck a nigga find you? You know a nigga memory fucked up. Probably all the bud. Walk up in the club getting all the love. All because nigga fuck with Cub. Whenever Kanye see me, say what's up. Tony, I think I found the one. But she can't talk, her man is home. I told her save my name as Shaft Long and her damn phone. Young chick.
Here's another day in the life of a champion knight who I still fight. I'm ashamed, but I might. Whether wrong, whether right, I see danger inside.
I'm feeling like Stevie right now, you know. I had the strangest feeling lately. The niggas so fake, I'm outfit. And every time they flake like frosted, I just make my profit. And get a girl who barely brought fit. Oh shit, he back on his feet like carpet. He was just playing possum, playing like I wasn't awesome. Yeah, I got some jokes, don't I? Ha ha ha, laugh it up. And they'll be whack, and we'll be the loud one cracking up. Matter of fact, because you niggas wanna doubt me, let's see how I feel without me. I'm taking off on this rocket, y'all mean? Your foot in this one, boy. Real wavy. What's up, Half?
And I'm gonna be high. I'm a rocket man.
Rocket man. Hey.
And I'm gonna be
I'm a rocket man. I landed by side, different level my kind. Spin old man for my bro, spin old man for my mother. Got a plan for my brother, Chanel bag for my lover. Put old nigga those suckers, they telling on one another. I want a train, let run a train. If she want bang, just let her bang. He said he bleeding with a stain. My bitch at the top of food chains. They local, I don't even know the name. I been fresh since a kid, ain't never played. I just picked up a back in Rotterdam. I'ma whip out the Mac and pop your brain. I do what I want and shout it can't. I do what I feel and shout it can't. I'm digging, shout it lane. And all of the bitches say they dig that. From Maine way to Spain. All I got is some chicken for the thoughts. I take out like a plane. And I'm gonna be super geek, like a rocket man. Yeah, like a rocket man. Yeah. I'm a rocket man. Spain to Maine on a Sunday, damn. On a private hunter, I'm a rocket launcher. It gotta be the pride of something. I bought that man is stumbling. I stumble up on a meal. I stumble up on $1,000,005. I spent a fortune on double seals. If I tell you the numbers, you probably cry. If I tell you you're faking, you probably die. These days, if he say that he hit, then he probably lied. If you say you got wings and some fish, then you probably fried. Got my carrots out of Bunny Clyde. She let me back in like she never cried. She let me back in like I never lied. I look like a cat with 11 lives. I really kiss shit, you can ask a fly. I'm steady chasing like I'm never tired. I'm living scary like 100 highs. Lil' mama sassy, I can butterflies. Yeah.
I'm a rocket man.
I'm a rocket man. Yeah.
Young Thug featuring Elton John. Song's called High from his EP Off the Run. Alright, let's get back into it. Second half.
Alright, second half of the podcast. Well, we're just gonna freestyle this part because I only came to talk about Eminem today. Nah, dude. Basically, I want to speak to you about online dating.
Online
dating. How do you feel
dating.
about that? Like Tinder and stuff.
To be honest, and I don't know if you listen to this, but shout out to a friend of mine called Leilu. She found love on Tinder.
Is that right?
It's wild, man.
How do you find love on Tinder?
She found
bro?
love.
Like love.
On Tinder, like her and her boyfriend, they in love and shit. But my personal opinion, nah, let's fuck all that, man. Like, fuck all that internet dating, man. That's weird. Like, just go meet people organically.
Maybe they struggle. Maybe they suffer from like real life anxiety, so they can't initiate conversations. I'm like that, dude. I really suck at speaking to people. Like people that I don't know. It is difficult, bro. Like especially when you're trying to like seduce the opposite sex, dude. That's really difficult already, bro. So maybe it's a matter of dealing with anxiety, and you get comfortable with somebody over text, and then you meet them in real life.
Because I feel like anything could happen if we go online. like MTV has that show Catfish.
Nigger fish.
Like you don't want to get catfished or nigger fish. Like, yeah, you know, like what happens if I meet this person, right? And even if they are the real person, right? And we talk, we set up a date, and then they go and murk me when I get there. Like I get to the location and it's curtains for me. Like this person's some weirdo. Like, you know, at least if I met them face to face already,
Yeah.
I kind of have more or less an idea of how they are, where they shy, where they're already talkative and out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Because on the internet, anyone can be who they want to be.
True. That's very
Like,
true.
I know people who, like, I follow on social media, right?
Yeah.
When I see them in real life, they're the most reserved, shy person. But on the internet, they are like Superman or Wonder Woman. Like, they are out here. They wild and they like just. I'm like, is this you?
I think it's very difficult to fall in love like over text. I was watching Catfish just this morning and I saw some guy like he was in love with some chick for 3 years, bruh. So he didn't date anybody.
For 3 years.
They didn't meet for 3 years. They were chatting.
3 years he dated WhatsApp? That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's
bruh.
wild.
Exactly. He met up with this chick. This chick ends up telling him, no, while we were speaking and stuff, I was dating another guy, bro. That's the problem.
These hoes, man.
Hey, man, hoes will be hoes.
These hoes.
Dude, it's crazy, bro. Like, over 3 years, that guy didn't date anybody in real life. He dated this chick over the internet while this chick was busy hoeing behind his back, bro.
That's wild. That's like falling in love with words, literally. Because a person's just texting you the right things, I guess. And you're like, I love them now. What? Like,
How do you love someone over the phone, bro?
How does that happen? Do you look at their profile picture? Like, that's my boo. It's my boo right there.
Speaking of which, have you told, like, Adelaide that you love her yet?
Yeah, I've told her that.
Oh, you told her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I recently fell into that trap.
You told your girl you love her?
I did.
But I feel like, as guys, we have to say it first.
You think so?
That's one thing I've noticed, man. Like, I was trying to hold out.
I was trying to hold out too.
To say it to Addie, like, even though I felt it, I was like, I'm just gonna keep quiet. Like, yeah, like, I'm never gonna say this. Like, you know, every time it's a goodbye thing, it's just goodbye. No, goodbye, I love you. I was like,
It's
no.
weird, right? It's like,
weird.
bye, babe. Bye. Oh, okay. It's like super awkward. Even on the phone, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, I've been wanting to tell her for so long. like over the phone. How do you say bye on the phone without saying I love
I'll
you
be
at
like
the
on
end?
the call, like, right, good night. Like, good night, it's like,
Okay.
right. It's like, all right.
Oh, man.
I feel like as a guy, you're always gonna be the first one to say it in a relationship. There's no ways. I don't know many stories of guys saying, "Oh, bro, my girlfriend told me she loved me and I didn't know what to do." It's always, "Oh yeah, I told her this week that I'm in love or whatever."
So what's the difference between being in love and loving someone?
I think you could love someone and your relationship could be absolute trash. Like, you guys could even break up, but I can still love them.
Yeah, you love the person.
I love the person.
Yeah.
Being in love, however, is like, it's like that warm, fuzzy feeling.
Yeah.
It's like what people call the honeymoon phase type of thing. Like
The feeling that you have during the honeymoon
yeah,
phase.
it's like that type of thing. This person makes you happy. Their presence, being with them, everything.
I feel you.
But just loving someone, it's like you just love the person. They're not in love with them in those moments.
Shit. This has become a really gay podcast. I feel like this is your boyfriend's favorite podcast now. No, but these are important. These are important questions, bro.
I feel like guys don't have enough of these chats.
It's true.
Although I actually want to know from the ladies, why do they wait for us as the guys to admit it?
Because they don't want to get hurt, bro. That was the exact same reason why I was holding out for so long. Like,
They want to get hurt.
yeah, it's a way of protecting yourself, bro. It's like, I'm gonna tell this nigga that I love him, but he's probably been thinking we're just friends this whole time. Like, it's that thing. Women overthink everything.
Yeah,
We know
that's
that.
true.
So they could be like, no, I've been meaning to tell this guy that I love him, but I'm not going to do it because maybe he thinks we're still at an infancy stage in our relationship. So I think that's the main reason for girls. For guys, it's like we don't want to look foolish or we don't want to seem emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah.
So we just decide not to say it, dude. Like saying I love you it's such a weird thing, dude. Like I'm not over it. Like the first time you say it, it's the weirdest experience ever because you don't know. Like usually there's a pause.
Yeah, you don't know what the other person's gonna say back.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Like, I don't know. I might get in trouble if I divulge all this info.
Hey, bro, let it out.
Because I remember that when the first time I told Addie I love her, she was just like, oh, all right, that's nice. Not like that, but I mean, like, that was the general reaction. She was like, oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. And I was just like, question marks. I was like, wait, what? Like, is this not the meme? I was like, is this not the part where you say it like you two or something? But then like we talked it out and she was like, nah, you know, she just needs to get comfortable really. Like the thing of getting hurt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She needs to just, you know, be at that point where she feels really safe and secure enough
Exactly.
to admit that.
Which is, it's understandable, bro, but like, okay, what's the right time to say that you love somebody? Like, after how many months? Because some niggas know after 2 weeks that they like somebody, like they love somebody.
I feel like
but when is it like a not creepy time?
For me, like, okay, I don't believe in the time thing, right?
Right.
Like, if you feel it, you feel it. Without a doubt.
Just say it if you feel it.
If I feel it, I'm gonna say it, man.
Nah.
Like, let's be honest. There are no better relationships than those like 2-week relationships that are absolute fire. Those that are like super passionate, like 2 days after knowing each other, you're both like, I love you, I love you too.
Yeah.
Those relationships that last like 2 to 3 weeks, those are like fire. The two of you don't give a single F. You guys are just like, oh, I love this person right now.
Nah, man.
So I don't know, man. I think to not feel like a creep to the other person, maybe give it like a month. Then it's like kind of safe. Like you've been together for some weeks now.
Yeah. How long did you wait? Or how long did you take?
I think, how long did I think it was like between a month and 2 months. I was like, yeah, but I knew like within like 5 days. I was
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I just sit there twiddling my thumbs for time. Like, all right, I'm just gonna wait. Keep it cool. Sometimes it almost slips. Like, good night. Lekker. It was lekker today to spend time with you. Yeah.
It was lekker. Oh man, you are corny, bro. Lekker. Corny niggas 101.
Oh man. I don't know. What else? I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah,
what
man.
was it? Have I asked you on the podcast? I think it was about cougars.
Yeah, you asked me about that. I still feel the same way I felt
I
then.
saw, you remember Gigabyte's video?
Right.
Well, do you want this in your mouth or whatever, right? So there was this other video I came across yesterday. It's also a few months old, of some Minister of Health lady in Limpopo.
Right.
And she was like video chatting some young dude. Like not illegal age young. Just like
just younger.
Yeah, so it's like a cougar story.
Yeah.
And that dude, she didn't know that dude was actually recording the video calls. Like screen recording. Yeah.
Shit.
So she was out there, you know, rubbing the coochie and stuff.
Rubbing the coochie.
And then she was like, asked him, she pulled her own gigabyte because she like asked the dude, she's like, when will you come eat me with your penis? and then he was
Bro,
she had to ask it twice.
Older South African women should not do foreplay like dirty talk in English, bro.
That shit was wild. She was like, when will you come eat me? Then dude's like, what? Then she was like, when will you come eat me with your penis? I was like, oh man. I was like, this is terrible.
That is hilarious, bro. Bro, like cougar age, you talking like 40s,
Yeah, she was over 40. You could see
like
it.
50s.
I think she was like 40s to 50s, somewhere there.
Gosh. Yo, older African ladies need to avoid dirty talk in English, bro. It is not sexy. Like, what with the old apartheid accents and stuff, they can't do that.
But can you do dirty talk in any other language, though? That's my thing. I've thought
don't know.
about this.
I don't know.
Things just don't sound as good in any other language.
I'm just trying to think of like examples here, but I don't know those languages well enough to dirty talk in like how do you dirty talk in Zulu? Bro? Start talking about your taxi. No, that was super tribalist, but it was funny. Oh man,
Yeah, that video, it got me thinking about that, about the whole cougar thing. It makes me wonder what went wrong for that guy to leak the video. So I assume something must have went wrong in the transaction of the relationship.
bro. Maybe she gave him the AIDS, bro.
I was gonna go with she stopped giving him money or something.
Maybe she gave him the AIDS, dude, with his penis. On his penis.
I don't know. Maybe dude wanted an Xbox. She got him like a PlayStation. And he was like, I'm done. He's like, this is the last straw for me. I'm releasing the clips.
Bro, how spoiled must you be to be like, oh, you gave me an Xbox. I wanted a PlayStation.
That's crazy, man.
That's insane.
You guys be careful what you do on video. Especially when it comes to all of this. Hide your face. Like, do this stuff, but hide your face.
Yeah, definitely hide your
Even
face.
if you have like a unique voice, you can always be like, that's not me, though. But once your face is in the video, it's done. It's you.
Oh, man. Anyways, you know I'm writing. Wait, hold on. What are we on? Damn. We're on YouTube now, it doesn't matter. Yeah, dude. You know I'm writing a book now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
We're talking about this actually a lot earlier in the year.
a lot earlier in the year, but I stopped writing it because school stuff just became way too demanding.
Yeah.
So the book is kind of about me, but at the same time it's not. Like, I'm trying to protect myself by saying that it's not about me, but it has a lot of personal information in it so far. It's like a tell-all. It's a tell-some.
Damn.
It's a tell-some.
Tell-some.
Like, about my experiences so far as a young adult, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how to put it, but like there might be some really incriminating information in there, like about former relationships.
Oh man.
And I don't know how my girlfriend is gonna handle them because some of the stuff is just
Obviously
it's just a lot, man.
you're gonna have to give her the pre-reading of this before it gets out.
I think I don't want to do that because it needs to be a surprise.
I feel like if you let her find out all of this, right? Knowing how women are, you let her find this all out with the general public, and she'll be like, "Why didn't you come talk to me about it?" You're gonna have that, women when they're mad, it's like a little fly in your ear.
You're just like, shut up.
So yeah, man, I don't know. It's a tough situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like, okay, I can't even get into it on air because it's just too much, bro.
I feel like it depends what you're saying, though. If you're on some, I had her gushing, that's gonna be wild, bro.
But I did have her gushing.
That's gonna be wild. Like, that's the stuff that gets you in trouble. Like, whether you like it or not.
Oh man, okay, no, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, man. I'll figure it out.
It's the curse of being a writer.
Bro, that's why I'm saying that the book is not about me, bro. I changed everybody's names. My name is not my name. My ex's name is not her name. Other chicks that I was pursuing is not their names. Like, I'm protecting everybody involved. but the descriptions of those people are such that while they're reading it, they'll be like, "Wait, this is me," kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, well, anyways, they cannot sue me because I did not use real names, so there's no defamation in that book.
Hey, man.
Any side projects that you're pursuing right now?
Side projects.
Yeah.
I don't know. This week, for some reason, I felt inspired to record a freestyle video. Like, you know the ones you see on Twitter? Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
I was thinking I'll do it before the weekend's done.
Cool. I'd look forward to seeing
I'll
that.
probably drop a freestyle video for fun.
Do that.
I think it was Jordan. He got it in my ear when I was drunk. And he was like, yeah, rap, bro. Just drop
a cipher.
Just do something. I was like, all right. I went to bed with that idea and woke up like, I should do it.
Bro, Jordan is, Jordan, everybody says how bad I am. I want to make it very clear, bro. Jordan is a savage nigga. Jordan, what did he say, bro? Oh, man, he said something that was just so funny, man. Hey.
Jordan does not care. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does not care. I at least have some sort of censorship level.
Like, he called the other dude. Yeah, there was one guy at the party who supported Man City. And Jordan was just like, hey, City boy.
You can't go around saying that to people you don't know, bro.
You can't call another nigga City boy. Like, when you just made it. Like,
City boy. That was funny.
calling him a boy already.
That's disrespectful.
Like, you're gonna get slapped under these days, man.
Nah.
But I was just laughing like, this is Jordan. I know he's just like this.
That's the thing. We know that. But niggas that just met him will be like, what is up with this guy, bro? Like, it creates an us versus them mentality. Like, now I'm a boy. This guy comes from the suburbs. He thinks he's better than me. Comes to Maybury Park thinking that he's better than all the Kasi niggas here in Maybury Park.
That was crazy.
Oh, man. Jordan is some other kind of nigga, bro.
No.
I hate you guys when you're together, by the way. I hate Liverpool people when their numbers over 1. You guys are the worst, bro. Oh, my God. It's not like I was even talking big before the game started, bro. I was just like, yo, you know what? You guys go watch the game, enjoy. I only joined in later on after you guys had scored your first. And I was like, bro, okay, let's hope we score again. Because usually Man United scores right after they've scored their first. So I was hoping. I was just relying on that one thing.
Yeah.
You guys were talking big the entire day, bro. It is annoying, bro. I'm gonna start going to Liverpool endorsed events, bro. Because that's some bullshit. You niggas are just too much to deal with, bro.
Yeah, man. I feel like we need another chill.
Yeah, we do, definitely.
I don't know. I'm trying to get my swimming pool clean, man. I'm trying to host something.
Yeah, let's host, man. I'll help you host if you need some help.
Yeah. Maybe we do a live podcast during
That
the
would
pool
be
party.
crazy, right? That would be insane. So then we'll force people to listen to you. That's how you get so many people just in one place. They're forced to listen to you. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea, man.
Any plans next week? Christmas?
Christmas, hey, bro. Still don't know, bro.
Same. I
need
still
to
have
get-
no idea.
Yeah, no idea. I think Boxing Day I'll probably be with my girl. I hope.
Yeah.
Because she's going off to... Dude, how do you feel about long-distance relationships, by the way?
I feel like
Like, how do you make one work?
that's the thing.
Like, if your chick is away for most of the year, like, how do you make that work?
It's gonna take a lot of strength, like mental strength,
Physical strength.
a lot of Pornhub, a lot like I feel like this is my thing of long distance relationships.
Yeah.
If you want to make it work, you'll make it work. Like
I do want to make it work.
that's the two people want to make it work, they will make it work. But if if they're not really about that, then those things of I miss you so much and it's killing me type of thing. Not like I just miss you so much, I wish you were here. Like I miss you so much and it's killing me, I can't do this anymore. Type of chats start to happen and then eventually you split. But if you guys want to make it work, you'll know that, all right, I'm going to be around on this date. So you have that patience until that time, like, you know what, I'm going to see this person again then. Until then, I just got to stay faithful, just chill out.
I think that's the hardest part.
You know,
But, like, if somebody feeds your soul, bruh, You won't even need another person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, Devin, one of my niggas, he's selling pot brownies, by the way, guys. $30 a pop.
What a shameless plug.
He said he's dating a chick now. She's back in SA, but she was in America for an entire year.
Yeah.
And I've never seen such strength practiced by one man in my entire life, bro. Like, we'd be at clubs, bro. Girls would just be like dancing with the guy. He'd be like putting his hands up like this, looking up. Bro, hot girls, bro. Hot girl. I'm talking about like 8s and 9s that are just like dancing with this guy. And this guy's like, bro, they kissed in front of us, bro. These chicks were fine. They wanted the dudes. They wanted the dick.
The dick.
The dick. They wanted it, bro.
And he was like, I'm a man of faith.
I'm a man of faith, bro.
Be gone thoughts.
Damn. Be gone thoughts.
Oh, man.
I couldn't believe it, dude. That guy. And they're still dating today. It's like, I think this is their 3rd year or 2nd year together. But like, I'm aspiring to be on like that level of faithful one day.
Yeah, man.
To join an elite club of faithful niggas, bro. Yeah, that's an elite club, bro. A year without your girl, dude.
That's a...
Not even like seeing her in between, like a full year.
Full year.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Oh, man.
But I think you can make it work. At least we've got more resources to make things easier.
Like Skype and shit.
Like we got Skype, we got instant text and all this.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
that was another story.
Like, damn, your girl is getting on a plane somewhere. You don't have Skype, you don't have no WhatsApp.
Nothing, bro.
Like, it's literally like...
Got dial-up internet.
Yeah. It's literally like this person is a whole world away. Now at least they're on your screen, so it's kind of better. I don't know, long distance, it's tough, it's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
But you can make it work.
Not easy at all. You know what? I think we're gonna close the show, bro.
Yeah, let's close the show.
I'm done for the day, man.
Let's have some hookers.
Let's have some...
I mean, it's like humbly.
And we don't have hookers at number 15. Let's just get that.
Let's have some humbly.
Okay, I'm gonna play a closer because you had your chance last week, even though it didn't end up playing for some reason.
And that's some shit.
This is a project that I recently acquired by Ye Ali. It's called Ye Ali and Chill. It's an R&B album, and this song is called Language of Love. Yeah, oh yeah, bye, niggas.
Oh yeah. That's episode 7, right?
Episode 7 of your girlfriend's favorite podcast.
We out. Let me give us a round of applause, man.
For making it to number 7.
Got
Round of
7.
applause to our listeners, bro.
Yeah, our listeners, damn,
Yes.
you guys. We've got a faithful core.
Bro, there is a core there, man.
Thank you to that faithful core.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
And pretty stupid to be listening. Wasting your parents'
We'll
day.
see you guys for episode 8 sometime soon.
Yeah. Probably. It's gonna be early next week.
Yeah,
It's
next
be
week, Thursday. Christmas is when? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay,
Christmas is Tuesday.
Alright, we'll be back same time next week, man.
Okay, yeah. Next
We'll
week.
see you guys. Thanks for listening.
On YouTube. Thanks to YouTube for not putting us down for not having a premium account like the SoundCloud niggas.
Yeah, fuck SoundCloud.
Fuck SoundCloud, guys. Hashtag fuck SoundCloud. At Sizzle the Savage. At whatever it is.
Listen, you'll find our handles on YouTube and Instagram and shit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, guys.
We out. Bye.
We're out of here. Cheers, niggas. Let's get that hookah going.
Two colors on this me. When your heart gets this free. Oh, yeah. Please can I keep you? Cuidarme contigo. Bésame esta noche. Kiss me slowly. I hear your body's language, and I ignored you. I got you speaking in Spanish while I'm speaking in tongues.
Eres la mujer más hermosa. Eres la mujer más hermosa. Eres la mujer más hermosa. It means you are the most beautiful woman.